In this video, we're going to cover the generate scaffold script. Now, I already have set up a little database for a new web application. We'll just call it Commenter, and it has two tables, a comments table and a commenters table. So the comments table has just a couple of fields, an ID field, a commenter ID, created at field, and there's nothing in those ones. And then in commenters, we have an ID, name, and email. I've already generated the application with Rails, and in another video we show how to do that. But at this point we have no models, as we can see here, and no views, and we only have the application controller. Now we could write these by hand, and I often do that now, but we can utilize the generate scaffolds script to kind of give us a bootstrap start with something that actually will get us up and running and get us connected to our database. So I'm going to go ahead and issue the script, and again we're going to look at the help on it first. I'll just issue it without any other commands or anything. So it describes what it does. The scaffold generator creates a controller to interact with a model. So it generates the controller code, and it also generates the model. So if the model doesn't exist, creates that, generates the controller, of course, and it generates the necessary views to show for a new, whatever the model is, to edit the model, and to list the model. It shows right here which ones we have the actions that are going to be created inside the controller. They are the index, method, list, show, new, create, edit, update, and destroy. So we'll go ahead and create one of these in a second, and you'll see that all those methods are created for us in the controller. And they give an example here, pretty straightforward, of you issue the script generate scaffold, and then you give it a model name, and then you give it a controller name, and then you give it some method names that are in addition to the ones that are going to be included automatically for you. So let's go ahead and reissue this command. Now, let's switch over to the database real quick here. My two tables were comments and commenters. Let's go ahead and scaffold comments first. Remember, it's going to be a table, and its singular form of that table name capitalized because it's the class name, so we're going to say comment. And my controller can pretty much be anything. I'll just say for now admin, and I won't give it any additional method names, and we'll let that go ahead and generate it. So it created now my controller. Let's take a look at that controller, and you'll see in here that we have the index, which is just your start page, and it actually in there it's list. It calls up a list method, which right here the list method goes and paginates the comments. So it goes out and gets all the comments and puts them into pages of 10 comments per page, and then we render that list. And in later videos we'll get into the specifics of these commands. At this point you should just be getting a grasp on what the scaffold is doing. It's setting these things up for us automatically. It generated all this code for us. The show method actually shows a specific comment and all the fields in that method, and we'll look at the view for a second. So the Ruby code for it actually goes out and finds the comment that is equal to the one that we have an ID for, and sets this instant variable comment to it, and then it'll render the show view. If we go look, there's a show view right here. Then we have a new method for creating a new comment, and when the new comment is called, so if we go and look at the new view, new.rhtml file, so this is our view, we can see that once we've gone and created our new comment and we submit the form to create it, the method that is called back in the application is create, and that links directly back to this create, which goes ahead and creates a new comment and saves it. We can edit a comment, and when we're done editing and we click on the save button, the update method is called. And finally we can delete a comment. So you might be thinking, oh, that's all fine and dandy at this point, but what else do I have to add? And actually, at this point, our application will have some rudimentary ability. So if we go ahead and start the server, so I'll say script server, and we'll get that started. And let's go into our web browser and go down here. Now remember, our URLs have to match, so we're going to say admin. And we'll say, let's just leave admin and see what happens there. So it gave us the index by default, which you can change that. And right now there's no comments. Let's go ahead and create a comment. You see it created this link for us. We can create a new comment. Rails works great. Okay, we can have a date that we're going to set. So let's go ahead and create this. Now we see here's our comment in here, and we can edit it, show it. If we go to show, you can see here. We can delete it if we want. It'll ask us, are you sure? Let's say, yeah. There it's gone. So with that little bit of code, I've constructed a complete working basic CRUD web application. CRUD being create, read, update, and delete. And all I did was issue the simple scaffold command right back here. Script generate scaffold. My model name is comment, and my controller name is admin. And it took care of generating all that other stuff. Now, with a start like this, it'll be pretty easy to flesh this out, get it to look the way I want, and behave the way I want. In later videos, we'll actually look at how to tie this together with other models to create more complex applications.